state security agency have picked up that there are death threats being made against me, where this Brigadier Mkhwanazi and other officers was discussing in Katlehong area, they were discussing to rent or hire Izinkabis, which is a hitman from the KZN area. He said to me that after he presented to the city manager, and that is that she came back with a nonsensical answer to say, I provide him with a gun, he can look after himself. He was informed that the city will not pay for this cost at all and I must look after myself. Is this genuinely what happened? Because I couldn't believe that my city would take such a stand towards me when I'm just doing my normal work. We live extremely reclusive. We have improved our security tremendously, but we have stopped visiting anyone. We don't go out after hours at night. We live extremely reclusive because of this actual threat. It's just that for the last weekend, since I started to testify on Friday again, on the last weekend on social media, there's again people that make comments of, look after yourself, we know where you stay and things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let's turn then to page 22 of your statement, the sub-chapter you have termed death threats.
During this same period, this is now this May, June, July period when all of this is reaching like a hot point where there's discussions going on and nothing happens with the disciplinary and nothing happens with IPID. Everyone gets more information and it gets worse and worse and worse as we go along. I am suddenly approached by a person from the State Security Agency, and he is stating to me that they, a State Security Agency, have picked up that there are death threats being made against me, where this Brigadier Mkhwanazi and other officers was discussing in Katlehong area, they were discussing to rent or hire Izinkabis, which is a hitman from the KZN area. So they were discussing this and they already have plotted the concept of it's easy to take me out because I drive for my private capacity. I also have motorcycle and I enjoy motorcycle riding, adventure riding, and it's easy to take me out because I use the motorcycle. So SSA concluded a complete threat assessment against me and with my house, and there were conclusions made at the end of the day where they asked me if I'm kosher with it, if a guard can stay on my premises and I will provide water and electricity to the guard. And I stated, yes, I will do that if it comes down to that. But I also look after my own security and my family security in a very secure manner. And that they then reported this to the city manager.
Commissioner, may we pause at that point when you start talking about the city manager. So please remember where you were exactly. May we take a short agenda?
Indeed, Chair.
We'll indicate when we are ready.
You'll indicate. Okay, Chair. Commissioner Spies, you recall you were still dealing with your engagement by the State Security Agency regarding potential threats to your life or in question of your safety. And the Chair had interrupted the flow of your narration there. So if you could pick it up from, and if my recollection serves me well, you were dealing with the State Security Agency, investigator, reporting back to you engagements he or she had with the city manager.
Correct, Commissioner. The investigator came back to me and he stated to me that the report was submitted and that there is a definitive threat against me. And he said to me that after he presented to the city manager, and that is that she came back with a nonsensical answer to say, I provide him with a gun, he can look after himself. So I thought that because it's the first time that I really have a threat analysis done on me or anything like that, and I thought, everyone is, maybe they just didn't want to do it, and I actually undertook then to the investigator from the SSA, and I said, no, it's fine. I will make sure that everything they recommended is from my side is actually implemented. And we then, based on that, even to date, we live extremely reclusive. We have improved our security tremendously, but we have stopped visiting anyone. We don't go out after hours at night. We live extremely reclusive because of this actual threat that exists against me and my family that is being made.
And if I may inquire, that was the assessment. Then you didn't give a time or a date. What year was this when the SSA did this assessment?
It was in 2023. It was in that period, May, June, July, when this was like reaching a peak situation in the department itself.
And secondly, did you ever have a conversation with the city manager regarding this matter, you directly?
No, I never had a situation or a discussion with her at all about it.
Having been informed by the SSA investigator, why didn't you have an engagement with the city manager regarding this very concerning matter about your safety?
The investigator said to me that he did propose that the guardhouse and the guards that must be placed, but that he was informed that the city will not pay for this cost at all and I must look after myself. After that, I also had a discussion with Chief Mapie about it and stated, is this genuinely what happened? Because I couldn't believe that my city would take such a stand towards me when I'm just doing my normal work. And he stated, it's true, I must look after myself and I must make sure that my security is everything intact.
Have you ever had another assessment done? Do you know what your security situation is as you sit here today?
As I sit here, we live still extremely reclusive. I haven't had another security assessment done. I have verbally approached the Provincial Police Commissioner to say that I must be reassessed, but there's no formal, that I know of, reassessment done on my security at all, or my family security.
Any other comments you'd like to make on this topic, the death threats?
It's just that for the last weekend, since I started to testify on Friday again, on the last weekend on social media, there's again people that make comments, but it's farcical. It's comments of, look after yourself, we know where you stay and things like that. We live very secure at the moment. We reclusive and we don't go out and we try to look after ourselves at the moment.
Chair, and is that the end is that the conclusion of that subchapter? Chair, it's now just going for 3:30, 15. May I request an early stand down and we resume tomorrow at 9:30 with Commissioner Spies back in the box.
Let us adjourn and resume at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Chair.